All right. Hello, secret agents. Jesse McPherson here, coming at you from my home here in Scottsdale, Arizona. And very excited for us to do a tutorial training and really an intro, a beginner's training here on our Team Synergy app, which is powered by Rapid Funnel. Now, many of us are familiar with this program. Some of you might have used it before in the past. Some of you might have been used it even with a different company. As the owners of the company Rapid Funnel is a friend of mine, Mr. Patrick Shaw. And I was one of the first to see this technology and see it as it continues to advance and continues to grow. It has been an incredible program, an incredible technology that we can use to go out there and create and systematize an opportunity to be able to share resources, be able to track those resources, and also a lot of other features. Now, today we're going to be focusing on the basic of getting started with this program, and we're going to be giving you more videos and more training that you can review on your own time on how to be able to use this technology to your advantage. Now, before I get started with this, I do want to exercise a word of caution. Okay, tools or technology in our industry can be a double-edged sword, like any tool. Like as an example, like a scalpel. A scalpel in the hands of a trained professional can save a life. A scalpel in the trained and an untrained hand can take a life. It's the same tool, dramatically different results. So when we're talking about the industry of direct sales or network marketing, relationship marketing, it's one of those things that I really want us to lean on and understanding that the digital world that we're in right now, especially moving into AI and everything, I really love using technology, but not when technology is using us, or more importantly, we're using it as a crutch to avoid things because we're trying to take maybe what we consider the path of least resistance, which means the path of least income usually. And why I'm saying that is this, is there are things in our business that are challenging. There are things in our business where we have to deal with this thing called rejection. We have to go through a lot of people that say maybe, yes, kind of, sort of, or ignore us, or even talk about us negatively, maybe behind our backs because they didn't understand what we were doing. And that is part of the promise and part of the prize of letting people know that it's worth it to go through that. And we've all gone through that. Now, whether you're approaching people just that you know, whether you're approaching people that you meet, or whether you're approaching complete strangers, one of the things that I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt is this business is a relationship-based business. And the people that you meet is learning how to become fast friends, to create lifelong relationships, because people want to be in business with people they know, they like, and they trust. And that is going to be above any piece of technology that you're going to use, is going to be really the thing. So when you can combine the high tech and the high touch together, you can do some pretty incredible things. If you remove the high touch, if you remove the relationship element, if you remove the human element from this, I can pretty much guarantee that you are going to have a very, very small business. And if you do sign people up, it's probably like throwing spaghetti against the wall and seeing what sticks. And although we are in kind of a numbers game, we don't treat people like numbers. Now, we do need to go through the numbers, but those that learn to build a successful business also have learned to do it systematically and having a system. Now, for me, when I first got started, this was one of my biggest downfalls, okay? And one of my biggest issues was follow-up. It's not very sexy. It's not always the most fun. In fact, I found it more exciting to talk to a brand new person I'd never talked to before than maybe follow up with that person for the third, fourth, or fifth time. However, the fourth or fifth time of following up is when you get 80% of the results. So if you are only making exposures in the beginning and you don't have a system to follow up and an exposure process system to be able to share with people the amazing programs that we have here with Club Secret, you're leaving over 80% of the money on the table. Okay. Now, is this the only program out there? No. However, this is the one that I am choosing to be able to build. And not only that, that I'm going to be putting a lot of effort, time, and energy into creating as a resource center. So that way you have access to resources that allow you to be a really good messenger of this message called secret. Okay. Now, does this mean that you're not going to go out there and do presentations? And the answer is heck no. Not only heck no, it is like those that think they're going to just kind of hide behind an app and not go out there and share with people and meet with people and learn the skills of presentations are naive that they're going to build a lifelong income. Now, can you earn a few $100? Of course you can. Okay. So, but this is something that I don't want it to be as a crutch for you, but as a tool to complement what you're already doing. kind of like this, right? So if I have a screwdriver, right? A screwdriver is a great tool for me to be able to use to build my house. But I can also have a drill gun, which allows me to do the same thing, just a lot faster. You guys get it? With less effort. I can have a hammer, which is an incredible tool to use, and I can have a nail gun, which allows me to do it same faster. Okay. It's an important thing. Now, if I take my hand and try to use my hand to hit that in, I'm going to have a hard time. And I'm probably not going to enjoy building a house with my bare hands. So tools are an important asset to using them, but learning how to use them properly. They are not going to build the house by themselves. Somebody's got to pick up the tool and learn how to use it effectively, and also making sure that you don't get hurt. So that is my Jesse McPherson's, it's like the Surgeon General's warning, the Jesse McPherson general warning, whatever you want to say on that. So let's get into the program here first. So if you have not, real quick, this is one of those things where you want to get onto our team site. Okay. So I'm going to pull that up here for you guys so you can see real quick, which is teamsynergyagents.com. Once again, teamsynergyagents.com. So when you get onto our website, there's a lot of great resources on here, but we're going to focus on this one, which is the app. So in the top right-hand corner, when you click on the app, it will take you to our Rapid Funnel, or the Getting Started, to be able to create your login, to create your account through Rapid Funnel. Now, if you've already done this, you don't need to do this, but if you haven't, and people are going to ask, if you go right to your app store and download the app, it's going to ask for your group code. Okay, so I'm going to tell you the group code is Synergy. Okay, so you can also put in Team Synergy, uppercase, lowercase, if it asks for it. However, you don't need the group code if you just go right to our website. So when someone says teamsynergyagents.com, click on app. And if you click on here and hit get started now, what it's going to do is it's going to help you set up your app. Okay, you create your account. You don't need the group code. You can do it right from the website. Now, there is a tutorial when you log in for the first time to the app. If you ever have a challenge, first thing you do is this: delete the app, go re-download it, right? None of your information, none of your contacts will be lost by deleting the app. It is not stored in the app. It is stored in their backend software. So once you log in with your login and password again to Rapid Funnel, it will reload everything and make sure everything is good. So if you haven't done an update recently, or you haven't used this recently, just delete it and reload it. But for those of you guys that are brand new, I want to teach you guys some of the basics here and what I recommend using this for before we get into any fancy, footwork, so to speak. So first, let's pull this up. Okay. So if you can see my app here real quick, I want you to all give me a little thumbs up, right? So let me know that you guys are good to go. Perfect. So you can see inside of here. Now, so a couple things I want to show you guys is in the bottom right-hand corner of this, you're going to see that little more button. Okay. Under the more button, it's going to open up a few different things here that you want to just kind of cruise through here real quickly. Now, some of the things we are doing a lot of updates and adjustments. You're going to see a few things change in terms of the resources. However, if you do need support, one of those things you can do is you can click on support, right? So is there an FAQ? Give the chat. Can you create an open ticket or request a callback? So if you do have a technical issue, I recommend starting here with the app. Outside of on more is your settings. So underneath settings, there's a lot of things here. One of the things that you want to take a look at first is your notification settings. Under your notification settings is, do you want to get notified when somebody does something, right? There's a new activity in your business, if there's an event notification or rewards notification, and making sure that you're getting your notifications. I recommend having as many as you can, right? So under the group codes, this is the area where if you had an old group code, you might want to make sure and adjust your group codes. This is the area that when we're adding features or resources for new countries, as in like Europe, you're going to be able to add different group codes. On our website, we'll create new group codes. We do not have them up right now because many of them need to be updated, but as soon as they do, it will be on our website. So when you go to Team Synergy Agents, click on app, it will show you the different group codes for the different area if you want to update. For an example, there's Synergy EU for Europe. There's Synergy Africa. Soon there's going to be Synergy PH for Philippines as we start adding resources to these different countries for those that want to make sure that they have the correct resources for the different areas from around the world, okay? Now, certain teams and leaders are creating their own group codes for them to be able to put it in as blue diamonds and above as a part of our top leadership, where they can create their own resources to be able to put in here. For an example, I know there's a legacy team, a dream team group code, and a GPN group code. There's some other ones here that have their own resources, okay? Now, we're going to show you later on how in the future, you're going to be able to actually upload your own resources and show you how to do that. But for now, that's one of those things in group codes. The one you want to make sure that you're in right now, I'm going to show you is Synergy. Okay. Now, outside of that, you have your language, which obviously you can select. Okay. You have your address that you can put there. And here's a couple of things that are very important. Okay. Your agent ID, but most importantly, okay, is your secret username. This is very important. The reason why your secret username is very important is that's what's going to be after your website. This is your web alias. So as we create click-throughs, so when somebody says, click the link to get started, it will take them right to your sign up link. So when you go to secretdirect.com/ whatever that is, whatever your web alias is, you want it to be there under your secret username. So a good example, if you go to secretdirect.com/Max Savage, that will take you to my personal secret website. So we don't need the secretdirect.com. We just need the after the / whatever your web alias is to get to your website. And then we're going to put that on there. Okay. So that is one of the most important things. Now you can add other things, your Instagram and your Facebook and all that kind of stuff here to your personal information. And then obviously you want to make sure that you save. Okay. So underneath here, there's a few other things, whether it be contacts, resources, and all that, and settings and statistics that you're going to start taking a look at, teammates, right? And tasks and notification. But those are some of the basics for you to be able to start with to set up your account. Okay. Now that you've set up your account and you want to make sure, and you can go back and edit all of that stuff at any point in time, let's take a look at your front dashboard here. So in your front dashboard here, this is one of my tester accounts. This isn't my main account, just so I can show you guys some things. It's going to show you, obviously at the top, you'll see total number of contacts. It's also going to show you total number of exposures. It's going to show you also this month, and it's going to show you this week, right? So this is a gauge as to what it is that you're doing and sharing information or sharing resources, okay? Underneath that, it's going to say if I have any tasks that I've completed today, so I can see kind of what kind of activity am I doing. You're also going to see underneath there resources and campaigns. Now, we're not adding any campaigns right now. We will in the future. And then you're also going to see that statistics, which is engagement. Now, if you click on that engagement button, it's going to show you the details of how many exposures you have, how many people you've sent out there, and how many have opened the resources. Meaning, if I sent them a link, did they actually click on it? Did they open the resource? And this is an important thing to say, because if I've sent out 100 resources and my engagement is 5%, then I'm obviously probably just spamming people. I haven't pre-sold them and told them that, hey, I'm sending them something. Because you don't want to just send out a resource without them knowing that it's coming. That does not work. And it's the easiest way to kind of get you to join the NFL, which is the No Friends Left Club. So we want to make sure and put out messages first and say, hey, I want you to check something out. Do you have a minute? And we're going to show you some of those messages that you can use. And also, of course, you can create your own. But the person that's getting a resource should be expecting that resource. So that way your open rates or your engagement rates should be relatively high. Something to take a look at. Okay. Now, outside of that, on your front page, we're going to have contests. We're going to start this next month. We haven't put one in this month, but we're going to start in July doing contests here for those that have the most engagements for the month. Okay. Now you can see here that some of the people are starting to use this. We got Benjamin Bradshaw who's on the top of the leader. So top diamond agent, just doing some amazing things and bringing in some new amazing people. So we've got Amy Varley over there. So new Ruby agent. So Sandy, congratulations. Barbie, I think she's on here right now. I'm pretty sure I saw you on here. So these are some points. You get points for every new engagement. And we're going to be doing some contests here and giving you some details starting next month. So that's just a little bit about your homepage. Now, the first thing that you want to do here is understand how to add contacts, number one, and how to send resources. That's what we're going to focus on here today. All right. Now, the first thing you do is right down there in the very bottom middle of the page, you're going to see that little circle that has a person and a plus. that's going to take you to the import or the contact section to add. Now, if you aren't sure how this works, you can always click the wizard and it will show you how to kind of walk through this program. This is kind of the getting started wizard. Kind of like if you remember when you first downloaded Word, Microsoft Word, it was a little Clippy guy. You can remember Clippy? But there's two ways to do this. You can individually add a contact, right? So if I meet somebody, I'm going to add them as a contact here. I can just put them in. The second way is to import. And if you look in the top right-hand corner, there's that button that says import that goes over and opens up your contacts in your phone. So it has all of your contacts in your phone that you can import. Now, can you import your entire database from your phone? And the answer is no. We do not want you to do that. What we want you to do is, because we only want you to put people in your rapid funnel that you're actually going to send a resource to, that you're actually going to start an engaging conversation with, because we don't want it to have everything that's in your phone, okay? The other thing is we're also, again, not looking to get into a spam situation. But you can also search, right? So let's say I wanted to go search out there and I wanted to add, my friend Carrie Jo. So I'm going to add Carrie Jo. And I'm going to click on the little box to the left of her name. It highlights her and I can hit import. So it has Carrie Jo. So it has whatever I had her saved as, okay? And then it has her phone number. Now, if I have her email, great. I don't need her email. And one of the reasons email right now is not something that we're focused on. We're going to focus on text messages because we don't have any campaigns for emails set up yet. Again, we're going to focus, but I can also write a note. So amazing, okay, amazing woman, okay. I can write a note if I want to and set it on there, and I'm going to hit continue. So now that the contact is saved, our system is going to assume when you're adding a contact in, you're going to send them a resource. So it also asks, do you want to schedule a follow-up for this contact? Because of course, if I'm sending them a resource today, I should be following up with them within a day or 2 days or whatever it is they even requested. So if I hit schedule a follow-up, okay, I can put a follow-up note, which is sent video, okay, so asked for Tuesday, right? Whatever it is whatever I want to say. And I can set a time and a date in my calendar for, she said, follow up with me on Tuesday, right? I can also set a time or just have it on Tuesday. She said, call me at 4 o'clock on Tuesday. Perfect. So I've got 4 o'clock on Tuesday, save, boom, I have saved, and I can actually have it saved to my calendar in my phone. So I have now added, okay, Carrie Jo as a contact into my system, okay? So that is one way to import people. I'm going to go back and show you another way and show you a few other situations and options. And I'm going to show you what I recommend that you do to start as this tutorial. So on the very bottom, when you add a contact, okay, if you look at it, you can also import more than one. Now, if you import more than one and I go click, 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 right? So right, it says it already is in there. So if I go click, 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 and I add a lot, I can add more than one contact and hit import. Now I can't edit them individually. It's going to just import them all. And then I'd have to go into their individual contacts to re-edit them if I wanted to change something on there. But you can import more than one at a time. Okay. Before we go into past this, here's the first thing I recommend that you do. Add yourself as a contact and test everything on yourself. Okay. So in this case, I'm going to add myself as a contact, Jesse Mack. Okay. So I'm Jesse Mack, 213-949-1965. Okay. So it doesn't know my country code. So obviously I'm going to type in here, United States, my country code, because this is a very great global app. So I've got my name, I got my phone number in there, and I'm going to hit continue. Okay. So contact was saved. Do I want to set a follow-up with myself? I'm just going to say no for now. So I now have myself as a contact. Okay. Now, real quick, what if you don't have someone's phone number? Let's say you met them on Instagram, you met them on Facebook, you met them somewhere and you don't have their phone number. You can still use this platform and program and track resources you send to them through every social media platform. And I'm going to show you how without having their phone number. Okay. So, but before I do that, let's just go with phone numbers first. So right now, if I click on this, I'm going to open up Jesse Mack's contact card. So when you enter yourself, open yourself up. Now, if I want to edit anything, of course, about this contact, I can just go to the top right-hand corner, okay? So, and if I go to the top right-hand corner, I haven't changed anything, so it's gonna ask me to save, okay? You see that little marker. It looks like a marker. That little marker is going to take me to the contact, right? So where, okay, so where I can go edit anything I want about this person, change the number, change the label, add all this, anything in here. I can even put a birthday in here, you know, so if I want to, so that way it reminds me on his birthday. But the other thing you're going to see next to Jesse Mack's name is a score of 0. The score of 0 is this is a score that starts accumulating based upon what it is that we are in, what they're watching, activities, that resources they're viewing, resources I've sent them, meaning how much engagement does this person have with what I'm giving to them. The other thing next to them is you're going to see are stars. These are stars that I get to choose, where I can start kind of rating or ranking how hot of a prospect Jesse Mack might be. So if I think Jesse at a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the most potential, he's a 1, right? So I might click on that and I can add that. And if I hit on it, it's going to add a star. Okay. So now I can also give him a 2-star, whatever it is. But what you'll notice is our system, okay, what it's going to do is it's going to add 6 points to their score for every star. So 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, right, for each star. So the maximum amount of points that I can force, right, is 30 points. More than 30 points is going to be required based upon resources I send them. They click and they watch. That's going to increase that score in order for Jesse to show up on what we call my hot list. Okay. For now, okay, we're going to remove those stars. Guys, so we're just going to take Jesse back to a 1. Okay, actually, I want to remove it completely. Jesse's back to, let's see if it will let me go back to 0. Yeah, perfect. So we're back to a 0. I'm a nobody. So underneath this, you're going to see at the very bottom, so that I've got notes where I can add a note about Jesse, right? So what was a hip hop dancer, right? So maybe they'll save something, okay? Was a hip hop dancer. If I meet him and I start knowing some things about him, I can add this. Here's what I found. My memory is not that great, but when I write it down, I remember it and I can see it. So I can write it and forget it, set it and forget it, which is one of the things that you want to do. So has a newborn named Phoenix, all right? So the next time I call him, I might say, hey, Jess, or text him. I say, hey, just wanted to see how's Phoenix doing. I'm like, wow, he remembered my daughter's name. No, I didn't. My notes did though. Okay. So this is an area I can write notes about my contacts. Right. And then I've got my tasks. If I have a follow-up schedule that will show up here. And then on the right-hand side is the activity log. Now I'm going to show you guys this. Now the activity log, the details in the activity log are only available to our premium featured of Rapid Funnel. All right. So we have a free standard version, and then there's an upgraded premium version for $14.95 a month that gives you access to some more resources. If you are brand new, you do not need the premium version. If you are really doing this and looking at it as a business or looking to earn a full-time income, you can consider upgrading. But for now, let's get you started with the free version, get you using it, get the standard version, and then you can decide if the tool is worth it for the extra features for you to upgrade. So now that I have this contact, you'll notice there's a few different things there underneath where the last note is. There's a call button, a text button, an event invite, and send resources. Okay. So if I wanted to call Jesse, I could just hit call, boom, and it'll pull up his phone number for me to call. If I hit text, boom, it will pull up and it's going to ask me, do I want to text from my phone? Do I want to text from Telegram? Do I want to text from WhatsApp? How do I want to text him? And it'll pull up that person's contacts. Now, if I always want to do that, text him from whatever that format is, it's going to ask me, yes, I want to text always from phone. Okay, so it pulls up the phone. All right. Next is event invite. We have not integrated this in. This will be a feature coming probably next month. Don't worry about it right now. It's a really cool feature that's going to be coming soon for us doing live online presentations to invite people. But the last one is the one we're going to focus on, which is send resources. Okay, so send resources. Now, before I click on send resources, I'm going to go back to our main page. Okay, so if I'm on our main page here, you'll notice that there's a resource button here on our main page. Now, if I click on the resources and I pull up these resources and I send a resource from here, understand that none of that will be tracked to that specific contact. It's just like sending somebody a link onto YouTube. It's just like sending somebody a link. There's no way to track it to that resource. So you do not want to do this. Once again, you do not want to, from your home screen, go to resources and send a resource, okay? What you always want to do is you want to go to the contact first and then hit send resource. That's the only way the system allows you to track that resource to that contact. So once again, what I'm going to do is every time I send a resource, I always want to go to the contact first. Now that I'm in my contact, I've got myself. I'm going to send myself a resource. So what am I going to do? I'm going to hit send resource, and it's going to open up all the resources there are to send available. Now you're going to see new resources start adding to this as we continue to enhance this program and bring you more resources. But the first thing I want you to take a look at there is opportunity. So when you click on opportunity and it opens up your drop down, it gives you 4 kind of like orders of a process or a system that you're going to go through. Number 1 is invite. 2nd, present. 3rd, follow up. 4th, enroll. Okay, pretty simple. Now the 5th step, in case you were wondering, is training, which you're going to be seeing here coming soon. So if I want to introduce somebody to the opportunity of Secret, the first thing I need to do is I need to do an invite. So underneath invite, when you open that up, it gives you a couple of different options. The first are messages. Now, these are some pre-written messages that you can have available to be able to send. And there's also what we call a sizzle video. This sizzle video, okay, is a 2-minute or a 90-second video, which is like a commercial that introduces to somebody the concept as to an opportunity, because remember, we're under the opportunity tab, as to why they should look at what Club Secret has to offer as a way and a means to get their time back. Okay, so you can watch that video and we'll show you how to do that. Anytime you want to look at a resource or watch a resource, all you have to do is hit the open or preview button that's on the right. So you see where it says open there next to 90 seconds, it will open that resource and you can play, so you can watch that resource. So
90 seconds, that's all I'm asking for. If what I share with you in the next 90 seconds doesn't appeal to you, please turn this video off. What if we've had it all wrong? What if what we've been taught to chase our whole lives is actually taking us further from what we really want? See, the most precious commodity in the world is not silver, gold, money, or even Bitcoin, but time.
Now, we're not going to watch all that, so you can go watch that on your own time. However, okay, so right there, that is a 2-minute, basically what we call a commercial, a sizzle video, okay, for you. Now, if I go back to my Rapid Funnel app, that is something that I could send to somebody, but I would never just randomly send them that video and they didn't know that it was coming. All right. The first thing I want to do is send a message. Now, do you have to use these messages? The answer is no. Okay. If you have a message that's working really well for you, fantastic. Okay. I'm going to show you some example text messages that you could send in a few different varieties that are options for you. Now, this is very important when it comes to text messages, is use your own language. Okay. I'll give you an example of a couple here that some of these are more in my language of how I would talk to my friends. Make sure that you use your own language because otherwise it's just going to come across very strange. So under your messages, when you hit invite, all right, and I hit preview, it will give me what the text message is. So I can read it, okay? So here's the excited invite. This is crazy. I need you to see something real quick. You free? Okay. Literally, that's a text message that I might send to somebody if I want them to take a look at something real fast, okay? If I click on the quick invite, hey, what's up? You got a couple minutes to watch something real quick? Pretty simple, right? If I look at the found something, love. Hey, so I found something I thought you would love. Text me back when you got a minute to watch something. Simple invite, right? Another one here is, hey, so I found something that may be able to help yours or our, in parentheses, situation. Text me back when you got a minute. The next one is a direct money approach. What's a direct money approach? Hey, I found something that can help us make some money for real. Text me back when you get a sec. Now, here's a good example. I would say text me back when you get a sec. If you wouldn't say text me back when you get a sec, if you would say, hey, call me when you get a minute, say that. If you wouldn't say, hey, I found a way for us to make some money for real, that's more my language. I understand that. My dad would never say that. So if my dad sent this message to his friends, they would be like, have you been kidnapped? Right? So, right, this is obviously sound spam. So again, use your own language, and I'm going to show you how that works. Underneath that, there's a if I, would you? Hey, so if I could show you a way you could make some extra money from your phone without disrupting what you're currently doing, what you're currently doing, would you be open to taking a look? It's a pretty good text message. Now that, if you look at it, is a little bit more for what I would call lukewarm market, or maybe even cold market, right? Somebody you don't know that well, all right, underneath that. Now there's some icebreakers. This is a little bit definitely more for what I would consider cold market, or maybe online marketing. So somebody that you're just meeting or just getting to know. Hey, this might be a shot in the dark, but are you open to earning some extra income outside of what you got going on currently? Okay. There's another one on the economy. Hey, I'm curious with what's going on in the economy right now. Are you open to another income stream? So these are all examples of text messages that you could use. Please make them your own, right? Inside of here. But how this works, if I want to send this message, it's very simple. Okay. Once again, I am in the contact, Jesse. So test this on yourself. Put yourself in. I'm going to hit send resource. I'm going to open up opportunity. I'm going to open up invite. I'm going to open up messages. And let's say I want to send, I'm going to send myself the direct money message. Now, when on the left-hand side, as soon as I highlight a resource, it's going to pull up these three options on the bottom. The number one is email, second, text, and third is a share, which I'm going to show you the options where you can share to WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, or copy to send wherever you want. If they're in some other strange social platform that you need to send them a message and you want to track it. Okay. Now you can see that the phone or the email is grayed out because I don't have my email in the contact. If I had my email in the contact, then it would give me the option to send it as an email. We're going to focus though on message, text message. So right there in that middle button, you'll see that little pop up. So it's going to pull up the text message. So it literally copies that message and puts it right into the text message to the person you're sending it to, in this case, myself. So boom. Now, if I want to edit it, I can edit it right here. For an example, again, if you wouldn't say you can earn some money for real, okay? So, hey, I found something that can make us some money, I might say that. Whatever it is, I can edit it at this point and then send that message, okay? So that message just got sent to my contact, right? Now, if I go to my messages, you're going to see, and I'm going to see that message that was sent to myself from myself, obviously. So you can test this. Now, going back to my app real quick, let's go to the next step. Somebody says, yeah, I'll check it out. Yeah, I'll take a look. Yeah, what do you got? Or what is it, right? Then what I can do is I can send a resource. Now, for me personally, if I can meet the person in person, that is my number one objective, okay? If I can meet them individually, if I can have them, my number one goal is to do a presentation. If I'm not confident to do a presentation, then I can show them a presentation. And if I show them a presentation, the number one way to do that is to show the presentation with them. So if I can meet them, show them the presentation, it is much better than sending them the presentation, okay? The reason why is when they're with you, they will watch it uninterrupted. If you send someone a video, or if someone sent you a video and it's 15 minutes, how many times you start something, you get interrupted, you get a phone call, the kids are yelling, you know, the stove is, you know, is boiling over. They may or may not watch the whole thing uninterrupted. But if I'm sitting with the person watching the video, I'm much more likely to have them be fully engaged in the presentation. However, there are times, And especially for long distance, that this is a really great option to send a resource. So let's go over the next step here in the opportunity list. So first, I sent an invite. Now, do I have to do that through the app? I don't have to. So if I'm just messaging somebody, be like, hey, do you got a minute? I want you to check something out. So listen, I'm really excited about something, and it'd mean the world to me if you watch this. Those are kind of some of the things that I would say. Okay. Now, if I met somebody out and about, good example, my Uber driver, right? And I asked my Uber driver, hey, is this all you do? Now, no. Well, how long you been driving for Uber? This long? Say, well, hey, listen, man, would you be open to anything outside of doing this or making money while you're waiting for your next ride? So, man, well, maybe. What do you got? Or what is it? Or it depends. I say, well, great. What's the best place to be able to send you some information? So that way you can take a look at what our company's doing. We're a lifestyle community, and I'll send you some information. So I might, the invitation that I might make to my Uber driver might have been talking to him. So I not maybe not need to send in that text. So I can go straight to step 2, which is present. Okay. Now under present, we have this new Ultimate Lifestyle Club video. Okay. Now, if I hit open, it will open up the video where I can watch the video. Okay. So,
Jason Elliott coming to you from.
Oh, I was like, why?
Sun out to the moon.
Scared me. It didn't show the right time. So, because it was already halfway through because I had opened it before. So this is our new video that goes through in 16 minutes. And it basically explains the whole concept of Club Secret, our Ultimate Lifestyle membership. It goes through the getaway program. It goes through on the business side of becoming an agent. And it talks to them about joining the company. Okay. So it's got a lot of it's got everything in there pretty much. And at the end, our goal would be to follow up with the person that watched the video and ask them what they liked. Now, if you haven't seen it, go watch the video. Now, is it the only video? No, there's other videos. So this is just one of the ones that I'm using right now, which seems to be getting some great results. So if I want to send this video, so I sent this to myself, I told myself, yes, I'll check it out, right? I'm going to highlight that resource, and then I'm going to text that resource to myself. Okay. Now, what just happened? So if I go to my text messages, I'm going to see in my text messages to myself, it says, here's the video, call me when you finish. Pretty straightforward, right? Now, what do we want that contact to do? Click on the video, right? So if they click on the video, it's going to open up the video. And if they hit play, that video will start. So we're not going to watch this whole video. So when we go back to our rapid funnel, I want you to take a look at what has happened to Jesse's score. Jesse's score moved to what? 2. Now, why did Jesse's score move to 2? Well, if I look at the activity log, my activity log, which is part of the premium feature, will show you everything that's happening with this contact that I'm sending him in resources. So you'll notice I sent him a direct money approach text. I sent him, you'll see there, the Ultimate Lifestyle Club video. You'll see he clicked on the video, which is why it has that little eye above his name now. That shows me that he has clicked on it, which means he's open, he's viewed something. The next, it's showing me that what percentage of the video that he saw. Now, currently it's on pause right now. So it'll take a while to see how much of the video he's watched. This is important because if somebody watched 6% of the video and they say, it wasn't for me, you can kind of point them out. You can say, well, listen, so I take it you didn't get to the end of the video. And it'd be like, what do you mean? I was like, well, it shows here you only watch 6% of the video. So it's kind of tough to say no to something you didn't see, right? Now, if it's a friend of mine, I might call them out. If it's not a friend of mine, I might just let it go because look, if somebody's not interested, they're not interested. I'm not here to convince. I'm not here to beg. I'm here to sort. So this is a great program that allows you to be able to do that very quickly because everybody here is, we're looking to get to your first residual of 10-10 as fast as possible and then up to 25-25 and beyond. So sending a resource. Okay. Once again, I'm going to just go over it from the jump. First thing you're going to do is you're going to upload a contact, enter a contact, start with entering yourself. Before you send a resource, do not send resources from the home screen. You always want to go to the contact first. And from the contact, you want to hit send resource and send your resource from here so it tracks it to that particular contact. Okay. Now, underneath there, under invite and present is great. So I present it. Now, once they watch the video, we follow up with them. Say, well, hey, what did you like best? That's one of my favorite responses when I follow up. My other favorite one is a little more assumptive, which is, so you ready to get started? So you ready to get started? So, hey, so you ready to join the club? So you ready to join the club? And, and that's it. And it's like, no, well, they might have some questions. Now, we did a training on Tuesday on overcoming objections. I highly recommend that you watch it. It's on our team website. It's also in our Facebook group, so you can't miss it. Okay. It was a great training on objections. However, under follow-up, there's some things. Somebody might want to know more details about the compensation plan. Okay. So there's a video here that is a 30-minute detailed compensation plan done by Crown agent Muzaffar Najfi that is right here inside of our follow-up. So where someone says, well, how does the comp plan work? You can send them this video. Okay. Now there's also another video here where somebody says, well, I just don't know I have the time or I don't have the money. You might want to say, well, hey, listen, if I sent you a TED talk on how you basically could get your business, it's costing you more not to join than to join, even if you made no money, would you watch it? And if you watch this video, this is a TED talk. It has nothing to do with secret on why owning a home-based business, particularly for tax purposes, is one of the most important things you can do in America. Okay. So it costs you more than it does I've had a lot of people that over the careers joined my business simply for tax savings. For owning a home-based business, because all of a sudden their personal phone became a business phone. You can write off a portion of their rent because there's some of the broadest write-offs. Now, I'm not a tax accountant, speak to your tax accountant, but watch the video, it's pretty good. Now, you're going to see another resource pop up by the end of the day in here, which is the secret story. So this is one of my things where someone says, well, I don't know if it's for me or any questions. Say, well, hey, listen, before you make your final decision, I want you to hear the founder's story. And so you're going to have the founder's story, which is Isaac Ben Shabbat and his family story, as a 5-minute video to be able to share in a follow-up. Now that we may put some more resources in there that are good for what I call follow-up resources for someone that asks you some of the common questions, right? Well, how does a comp plan work? Or who are the owners? Or, why would I join this? Or will this work for me, right? So we're going to put some things in there that will help you with follow-up. The last section here is under enroll. So under enroll, if you take a look here, there's a few different things. The first is your sign up link. Now, if you in your settings, put your web alias in that right section where I told you secret login, this will work for you, which means that I can actually open this up. And this is a direct link to your website for them to sign up as an agent. Okay. The other thing is your website. So there's a difference between your sign up link. Your sign up link takes you right to the enrollment as an agent. The website is just your website. So you're in front of your website, which, has access to everything. The other thing is a video on how to join for $149. So in the video, we talk about how to become an agent for $49, join with Club Secret, and get energy or a quick pick, as we talk about it, to make sure they're qualified for 50/50 for their loyalty program to earn that getaway vacation. So this video, if you take a look at it, it's a tutorial video that shows them.
Hey, my name's Eric G. Let me
exactly on the phone, on a video on how to enroll with that program. So you can't really get lost. So when someone says, well, how do I get started? You can just send them that video and it'll walk them through that process. All right. So this is under the opportunity section. So once again, you've got invite, send some messages. You got a sizzle video if you want to use that. You have present, which is the 16-minute full overview. Again, this is centered around the opportunity. After that is follow up. Now, when you follow up, they may be ready to sign up right away, which is likely. So you don't need to do another exposure. But understand, a lot of people aren't going to join after their first exposure. It will take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exposures for somebody to be able to see this, to go, oh, okay, I'm in. They might need to see something else. One of the most important things, in my opinion, in following up is not sending them another resource. When I follow up with somebody after they've watched something, is to introduce them to someone else, meaning introduce them to someone in my support team, maybe my sponsor. Okay. Now, very likely, statistically, your sponsor may not be doing the business or have quit. That's It's what happened to me. It's what happened to most people, right? So, but your support team, there's always someone. Now, so I hear people say this all the time. It's like, well, my upline's not doing anything. Well, I'm all of your upline. I'm doing a lot. So, right, that's not true. Sometimes you got to go up. You might have to go 5 people, 10 people, 20 people to find out. In your back office, when you log in, you can find out who your upline is, and it shows you their phone number. Give them a call and say, hey, listen, I'm serious about building this business. You're a part of my support team. When I have people that are interested, okay, can I text you to see if you're available or when's a good time to introduce you to my prospects? Okay. If they say no, call me and tell on them. And I will call them and be like, what are you doing? So, but in this, those are your under the opportunity. Okay. Now I'm going to show you some other resources that are here that are available. And then I'm going to open this up for some Q&A. So the next resources that are available is under products. Okay. Now this is one of the things that we're constantly updating and currently updating. Some of this we had some old material and old videos in here. We're going to be updating this so that way it's the most accurate here. So if it's not today, by next week, you'll see everything that's going to be 100% accurate. We're also going to be adding more to this section as we have more products and more features to some of these. But under nutrition, you're going to see here that it has basically all of our nutritional products. It also has details on what we call health made simple, weight loss made simple, and some of the overviews on our products from Dr. Cone. Now, if we open up any of these, so as an example, like the booster overview, right? So if I open that resource, you'll notice it has a video from Dr. Cone on the product, and it has the fact sheet, okay? So on what's in it, the benefits, somebody says, hey, so how does that product, what's in that product for sleep? Because they saw the video and the video said, hey, sleep. And you're like, oh, well, hey, listen, I'm going to send you a video that explains what it is. And it's right here. You can send this resource, right? So how do you send a resource? You guys know, you would click on it, text, and you're good to go. So boom, text, okay, bam, it sent that resource. Now, if I want to send him another resource, I might send him on the curb or whatever the products that are in here in any of the overview on our products. Okay. The next you're going to see is underneath skincare. So we've got this by category. Okay. So our Glow Line, our Age Defy, our BioShield. So you're going to see this updated. So again, some of these, if they're old, they will be removed here this week. So, but under body care, let's say somebody was like, well, what's in that ocean mist, right? So, or what's in that lotion? Okay. It doesn't really matter. Just pick one, right? So we're going to go body butter green tea because that's one of our newest ones. So if you open this, it has all the details about that particular product and or what's in it. So it keeps it really, really, really simple. So all of these, whatever it is, the lotion, it's going to have the fact sheet on the lotion with the details. So that way you have access to our product line. If somebody asks you for a specific product in detail, you have access to all of it here inside of your app to be able to send them. Now, the next section underneath there is social proof. Social proof is testimonials. So these are testimonials on Club Secret. There's testimonials here on nutrition, testimonials here on skincare, and business success testimonials that are by occupation. Okay. Now, there's not many in here. We're collecting these right now. We're going to be adding a lot more of these in here. So, but a lot of the times it's really great when somebody says, well, hey, does this work for this? You can say, well, hey, listen, let me share with you a story from my friend Cassie. Let me share you a story from my friend Jared. Somebody says, well, hey, listen, does it work for acne? Okay, well, let's talk about the mascara story or acne story. So we're going to be getting more testimonials in here. Again, facts tell, stories sell. This is a great area for social proof. The next thing here is our packages. So when you get started as an agent, we have a preview, a power, and a professional package. And if you click on these, it's going to give you the videos where I do a full demonstration and overview of everything that comes inside of your package. So as an example, right? So you take a look at the US preview skincare pack. It's probably one of my favorites. Okay. This is a full video where I recorded that goes through all the details of the products that come in your package and how to use and how to demonstrate them. And I do it live. Okay. It was a 2-camera shoot. That's over here in my kitchen. So you guys can use those resources to get product knowledge, product education, but also when I sign up a new person with one of the packages, as soon as their package arrives, what do? Send them the video and be like, hey, listen, watch this video. It will explain everything that's inside of your package. So we call it like a box opening video. All right. So an unboxing. So there's great things in there. Now, under promotions, check it out, guys. So under promotions, the video I just shared with you guys, which is our Eye in the Sky drone giveaway, is in your Rapid Funnel under promotions. So one of the things you can start counting on when you're with Rapid Funnel and you're using our Team Synergy app is anytime there's a new video, anytime there's a new promotion, anytime there's something new with Club Fit, anytime there's something new with Black Friday, one of the things you can count on is we're going to be uploading it here immediately. So you always have access to it inside of your app. Okay. Now, sharing the app, that is just a link to share the app. So somebody says, well, how do I get that? You can just hit this and it'll send them right to our Team Synergy app. Of course, they can get there from our website as well. Very simple. So that is a brief overview. So of all of the resources we currently have and things that are going to be coming. Okay. Now, once again, the most important thing here is learning how to send a resource and monitor that and have this as a follow-up process. Again, we're not going to be spamming. This is great for, but as great as a resource for you to be able to send this out to people so they can start seeing this, so you can get through more exposures faster and have a system to follow up so you know when to do it. We talked about this in our training last week. When you're following up, my recommendation is to double the days if somebody does not answer the phone. So let's say I called Jesse back in the day. He told me he'd watch the video. He didn't watch the video. I would just make a note, left a message, and then I would set a reminder to call him in 2 days. In 2 days, I get my reminder in my phone, in my app. I call Jesse. He doesn't answer. I'm going to set a reminder to call him in 4 days, and I just leave a note, add a note, left a message. So this is something that I would do. Now, I recommend alternating in your follow-up between call and text, but they both work. You can just call or you can just text depending on who you're communicating with. I do recommend calling, and I just will double the days. Okay. So, Muzaffar, we'll have to get back to you, buddy. So, all right. Now, the last thing here I wanted to show you guys is how to add a contact and share a resource to somebody who you do not have their phone number. Okay. So, and I want to show you guys how to do that. Maybe it's a Facebook friend. Maybe it's an Instagram. Maybe it's from TikTok. It's from anywhere. It doesn't really matter, right? So in this example, here's how you would do that. You would just go to add a new contact. And so I'm going to put Jesse Mac TikTok. Let's, so TikTok. Okay. I can't even spell TikTok. TikTok. Maybe that's where I connected with Jesse on. Okay. So I don't have to put a phone number or an email. It will still allow me to save Jesse as a contact. Okay. So in this example, I have Jesse saved as Jesse Mac TikTok. So I'm going to go to Jesse's contact and I'm going to do the same thing. I said, hey, if I sent you a video, would you watch it? Jesse said, yeah, I will watch the video. I'm going to hit send resource. I'm going to go to opportunity. I want to send him the ultimate lifestyle video. Now you'll notice that email and text are both grayed out. Why? Because I don't have his email and I don't have his phone number. But what is open? That little share button over there on the right. Now, when I click on that, it opens up all the different opportunities for me to be able to send, okay, this resource connected to this contact any way that I want. Okay. The other thing that I could do is I can hit copy. If I hit copy, it will copy the message and I can go paste it in TikTok Messenger. I can go paste it anywhere. Okay. Let's say I wanted to send it to him in WhatsApp. Okay. I could send it to him here in WhatsApp and I could go look up Jesse and send it to him in WhatsApp. Okay. Or let's say I wanted to send it to him in Facebook Messenger, right? So I go to Facebook Messenger as one of my options. Okay. I'm going to look up Jesse. Okay. All right. And I'm going to send Jesse. Oh, look, Jesse Mac. And I'm going to hit send. So what just happened? Okay. I sent that resource to Jesse McPherson through Facebook Messenger. If he clicks on it, guess what's going to happen? Same thing. It's going to show up here in the activity log because it created that link and sent it. So again, I can create a contact without a phone number, without an email, send that resource however I want through any social platform and still be able to track it. I love that opportunity and that feature. Okay? Now, if I went to my Facebook Messenger, does it show me if I sent it to myself? Yeah, look at that. So that's cool. So you can see here that it shows that I sent this video to myself through Messenger. Now, okay, like I'm going to click on it. I'm going to hit play. This is super cool. I didn't do this live. I didn't know it was going to work, but it did. Okay. Now, if I go back to Jesse Mack TikTok, guess what happened? His score went to 2. Why? Well, sent him the video. He clicked on the link. He started watching the video, right? So those are a few of the features that I wanted to show you guys here. Now, one of those things, some of you are going to get overwhelmed with this and you're already overwhelmed, right? And you have a story about being overwhelmed. Stop it, right? So, stop that. Literally, you just saw for many of you the first time an hour of this. This training is recorded. We will post it on our website so you can watch it at half speed. You can watch it over and over and over again. And once you do this, it's just like the first time you do something, it might be fumble, but after you do this 10 times, 20 times, it's like add contact, send resource, add contact, send resource, add contact, send resource. And you'll do it even without thinking about it. Just like you know, many things that you do today, because you've used it as an app over and over, you know exactly how to navigate the app. So, but the most important thing is adding contacts, sending resources, following up, and asking closing questions to those contacts. I can add a phone number or I can add them anywhere to share socially. And our goal here is to make sure that people are watching information and then following up with them to ask them closing questions. Now, last thing before I open this up for Q&A, all exposures should lead to presentations. And I'm going to say this again. Okay. Now, does that mean someone needs a presentation to sign up? No, there's some people you may send a video to, and immediately when you send them that video, at the end, if you say you're ready to get started, they say yes. It's not like, well, hold on. We need to do a presentation first. No, sign them up. So I always say, when's the best time to sign somebody up? When they're ready to sign up. Okay. So don't hesitate to sign somebody up. But eventually, whether they sign up or don't sign up, I want to get them to a presentation. Now, a live presentation on Zoom. I want to get them to a live presentation on in person if I can. I want to get them to the next event, get them to the next regional training, get them to obviously our next convention, if at all possible. If I get them to the next meeting, or they can meet someone over the phone, get them to the next, whatever it is, I want to get them to the next thing that is physical, like a touch, an experience that they can have, where they can meet somebody and see real people that are doing real well on this. Okay. So that's a simple overview. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to open this up for Q&A. So any questions about anything related to the app, okay? If you ask me a question that's related to one of our more advanced subjects or features, I'm going to let you know we'll do a training on that later. So if it's around the subjects, but feel free to ask anything at this time. Here's going to be the easiest way that we're going to be able to do questions, okay? I actually would like, okay, for you to be able to ask your question and I can answer it and we can talk because I might have to ask a follow-up question. So here's how you do it. You raise your hand. So in Zoom, if you look at it, there's a reactions button and you can raise your hand. If you raise your hand, I can call on you. All you do is just unmute. And then we are allowing unmuting now. So that way you can ask your question. I can answer your question. I would recommend, if you have a little bit more time, stick around for our Q&A. And the reason why is because you might get an answer to a question you didn't even know you needed. And it's a question you are going to have in the future that you can move faster, or it's a question you're going to get that you can help your people with. Now, before we ask those questions, I know there's a bunch that were probably in the chat box. I did not pay attention to the chat at all until this point. So if you popped a question in the chat box at this point, I probably didn't see it, okay? But one of the things that you guys did ask about, does this work in Spanish? Of course, you can actually, in the language, change it. Now, currently, there aren't any resources in here that are in Spanish, so that doesn't help a whole lot. However, the app is in Spanish. And what you would do is under more in the bottom right-hand corner, okay, when you go to settings, there's language. So if I go to language and I click on Español, it changes everything in the app to Spanish. Now, the resources in the app don't change. They are still in English, okay? So, but the app you can change into any language basically around the world. That's an easy thing. However, we are going to be adding a group code for Spanish resources for Synergy here shortly. So that way any of the resources that you want to have available that are in Spanish are in a separate group code. So to answer that question, is something that will be coming as we're building this program out. All right, so so it looks like Ms. Johnson. So if you want to raise your unmute, you are my first question. What do you got for me? Uh-oh, you got to unmute there.
How's that?
Perfect.
Okay, well, I was following you along pretty darn good. And what happened is on a couple of the areas that you clicked on, it popped up a message that said I had to upgrade.
Yeah, so there are certain features that are part of our basic and some that are part of our premium.
Okay.
So the activity log is part of the premium, and our standard version has access to our main resources. And then all of the resources are available through our premium. So the ones that you're going to see that are the free resources are part of our standard, or a basic program are our opportunity. And so there's basically about 10 to about 15 free resources, the promotional stuff that will come in there. If you want access to all of the resources, it's going to be part of the premium feature.
Okay, and I also did not have the promotion part of it on it, the bottom of the last thing that you added.
Yeah, it just got added literally right before we started this. So
Okay.
it's one of those, if there's something that you see, you're like, oh, I didn't see that. Number one thing, log out, log back in, or again, delete the app, re-download it. You can't, you don't delete anything. So
Okay.
because every time something updates, the fastest way usually is to log out, log back in. It should populate for you.
Okay, all righty, thank you.
Great question. So, all right, David, what's going on, Mr. Chi-Town?
Hey, what's up, Jess? So I know I've been asking you about Spanish, right? So I know that sometimes when they do the Spanish, they have it for another country. Are you gonna do something in Spanish for the US, right? The compensation and all that? Is that something that we're gonna have?
Absolutely.
Later
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're definitely and the goal is to create all the resources available, for us. It just takes be patient with us. It'll take a little bit of time. So, and so that way we can get those things done. So yeah, it's kind of a one-man show over here right now. So, but it's definitely on the list of resources for us to be able to create, is not just for the different countries, but the resources, the presentations in Spanish. Now, one of the things we can do, which is faster, is to do subtitles in Spanish. But we really do want to have Spanish Spanish language over the presentations as our goal to do that. So, and hopefully we'll get that done as quickly as possible. Great question. So, all right, Sharon, talk to me.
Hey, Jesse, just curious, under the presentation video, will we be adding a shorter video or perhaps one that's focused more for customers if we talk to someone and they say, yes, I'll look at it as long as it has nothing to do with business?
100%, yes. So it's actually one of the things that's on my list, which won't be under opportunity because that's an opportunity video. That one will be under products, right? So, so that way, as a video or a resource that you can send that's only about Club Secret, it doesn't do anything about the business. So a good example, about 9 minutes into the video where it transitions. So, and it talks about that, it would just basically end. So, but instead of talking about being an agent, it's going to talk about, hey, and for those of you that are impatient like me and want to get your getaway today, you can upgrade to our lifestyle pack, which is the customer pack, which for $400, basically the same as the agent side of it, where you can upgrade and get their pack, get your pack and get our products and a variety of our products and your getaway today. So I'm hoping that I can get that knocked out this week, but it's on my long list of things to get done. So
Okay, thank you.
But it will be coming soon. So
Thank you.
you got it. So great question. All right. Does anybody else have any questions about anything that we went over? So, okay. Any other questions? Don't be shy. Don't be scared. Okay. So these are great questions here, and utilizing it. Now, just again, while I'm waiting, if anyone else has any questions before we wrap up here, the replay of this is going to be available on our team website. So when you go to the website and click on app, you're going to see the website, the group code. You're also going to get access to any of the updated things are going to be in that one section. So we're trying to keep everything in one place and one resource as best as we can through teamsynergyagents.com. So that way you can have that. We are going to be doing individual trainings on the different features and that are going to be shorter. This is obviously an hour-long training. So that are shorter trainings that are just kind of more segmented. So it's almost like, how do I upload a contact? Short video. How do I send a resource? Short video. How do I change my language? Short video. So that way it's just kind of short videos. So you don't have to watch an hour. You can kind of watch that 2-minute video or 5-minute video. So kind of as a kind of a catalog of videos for the app as we get it. But we are going to start doing some weekly trainings with the team over at Rapid Funnel. So you can start learning all the features and benefits. Because guys, this is just the beginning. When I show you kind of all the bells and whistles, once you kind of get comfortable with this, but you gotta crawl before you walk, you gotta walk before you run, you gotta run before you really sprint. So we'll get you guys and then once we get some advanced stuff and we'll turn you into super ninjas, then then it'll be really fun. All right, Franco, talk to me, my friend.
How you doing, Jesse?
Great.
Yeah, it's not really about the Rapid Funnel itself. I know you said something about reaching up and to look on your back office on the snapshot.
Yeah.
The person that's still there is no longer with us, and he still shows up on my thing. So it's like, who do I reach up to then?
That's great. So you could send me a text. So 213-949-1965. That's my number. So shoot me a message with your agent ID, and then I can kind of take a look at it. And so to find out who is actively working your business and your support team. So.
Okay. Excellent.
Good question. So Barbara, talk to me.
Hi, Jesse. So you said earlier, I know I signed up for the Rapid Funnel. I don't remember when it first came out. And you said now I have to refresh it or something to get what do I have to do to get?
I would just delete the app and re-download it.
Oh, okay, good. And the other question I have, it's about, if I can ask about the 10-10, 25-25, is that only 10-50 squared? Or if I have people that just want to come on for the travel club or to buy as a customer and buy the products, how the numbers work there? Maybe you can answer me offline.
No, it's a great question. Actually, it's a perfect, because especially with the promotion we have going on right now. So in order for someone to count as a point, call it a point on your left or a point on your right, they must spend 100 in QV. Okay, which is basically in the United States equivalent to $100. Now, the reason why it's 100 QV is because it's not, in Canadian dollars, it's like 100 points is 120, Australian dollars. So it's a little different currency. Euros is a little different. So they're not the same. But for America, you can think about it as $100 is going to be 100 points. Okay, so anybody that spends 100 QV. So if somebody basically buys Club Secret, that's 50 QV. And they buy $50 in products, that's 50 QV. So that's that's 100. So it doesn't matter if they're Club Secret and products, 50-50 to get to 100, or they buy 100 in products. So that would also count. So it's an individual customer or agent that purchases 100 QV in a month. Now, if that's half Club Secret, half products, that would count. Just products, that would also count. Now, why would somebody make sure, if somebody buys $100 in products versus being 50-50? Well, first of all, if they're spending just on products, they don't get the best price on the products. They're spending more, right? They don't get access to any of the Club Secret benefits, and they don't get the getaway after 12 months if they're just buying our products. So, but are there people who haven't quite understood how valuable our club is that just want to buy our products? Sure. And are there people that might just get started with that? For sure. Maybe they're just buying because they're joining the Club Fit Challenge, something like that. As long as it's a person that spends 100 QV or dollars in America in a month, they'll count as one on your left or one on your right.
Oh, in a month. Okay. Thank you.
Correct. Yeah. So now also as a side note, your personal customers will count towards your left or your right, and it defaults to whatever side has the least count. So if I have 6 on my count on my left, 3 count on my right, and I have a customer that spends 100 points, it'll add a 1 to the right for the month. So your personal customers will help you to get to your 10-10.
Okay,
Awesome.
great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mary, talk to me.
Hey, Jesse, how are you? Thanks for taking my question. Is this app only for your phone or can you do it on your desktop as well?
You can, the only thing is that you can't message from your, you can log in and see stuff and like add contacts, on it. But I think that there's an iPad version, but most of the stuff that you're going to be doing, which is like sending messages and communicating and messages, is going to be from your phone. There is a desktop version. If you go to rapidfunnel.com and you can log in and you can see all your data, it actually shows you even more data. But you can't send a resource from your desktop that I'm aware of.
Okay.
So,
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. You are welcome. Any other questions here before we wrap this up and get off to going after our residuals here for your promotion? We're good? All right, guys. So let's stop this recording.